Sportzmafia fans, and we are back. Here we go with another one. Karsten, what's going on, man? Say hello to everybody.
Hey, Dave, how we doing, buddy?
Wait, where are you?
On the other side there. Here we go.
Wait, where are you? How come you're not here?
Guys, I'm not feeling all that great.
Yeah.
I can start calling it shit, yeah.
Hell yeah, he can. Well, guys, it looks like we're doing number 8 today. Karsten, why don't you tell everybody what we got going on today?
I believe we're going to do a little baseball on the NL side for sure. I believe we're doing some basketball. I think a little bit of playoff, maybe matchups here. And possibly maybe to wrap it up with some football.
Yeah, man, because I know everybody's here loving football, man. I know everyone's loving that football talk. I think my brother's gonna join us here in a little bit. I don't think he's gonna be here for the baseball, but he will be here for the football and the basketball talk, guys. We are gonna go ahead and get into it. Karsten, man, how you feeling? How's everything going?
Not too bad. Get excited. Yeah, I know we're both jazzed that the season starts next week. So
yeah, man, I'm super
really,
excited.
That's kind of where my mind is right now. Just kind of I just want some real, the games that count. I get really impatient with spring training. It's like a week goes, and I'm like, all right, let's just get going. Let's do this.
I know, right?
There's 162 of these. We need to get this thing on the road.
I agree 100%, man. All right, guys, so we're going to get into it, man. We're going to start with the World Series champions on the NL side, on the National League side. If you guys missed last Monday, we did already the American League. Now we're going to do the National League. We're going to start with the Braves and their lineup. Their lineup is looking pretty stacked. Even though Freddie Freeman is not there, Ronald Acuna, when he's healthy, he'll be the number one leadoff guy in this lineup. I think Alex Dickerson is taking over for him at the moment, and then Adam Duvall is going to go over to right field. That's what they're talking about. I mean, I'm pretty excited about all this stuff. Karsten, how do you feel about the Braves lineup with Dansby Swanson, Matt Olson, Austin Ridley, and Albies being in this lineup? What do you take from this lineup?
Honestly, when I start looking at it, I don't think they're really going to miss the beat. I know losing Freddie's is one of the guys, one of Atlanta's all-timers. But Matt Olson's no joke. You're going to get Ronald Acuna back for the season here. And you didn't have him towards the end of the last season. So they're going to be awesome. I think they're going to be right up there just in the NL again.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited to see this, man. I really like the Braves lineup. Starting off is Eddie Rosario, Dansby Swanson, Matt Olson, followed by Ozuna, Ridley, Albies, Duvall, Travis, and Alex Dickerson. I'm really liking it. But then when you go down and you look at their pitching staff, they still have all of their pitchers from last year. Besides a couple of them. I think Seth Green left. So there goes one of their closing pitchers. But they got Max Fried, they got Ian Anderson, and they got Kyle Wright still. Their closer is Kensley Jensen. They recently just signed him, man, and I gotta say, dude, I'm loving the Braves lineup. Will I be going to the games now that Freddie's gone? Man, I feel so bad for these kids. I had a little kid, man, it's so weird. I had a little kid at my work come up to me, and we were talking about the Braves, and he goes, well, I won't be going back because Freddie's not there. Well, unfortunately, this is business, bud. Baseball is a business.
Kid, straighten up already. That's the reality of sports.
Sorry, man, but...
No, I know how he feels, man. We all had that guy that left too early on one of our teams growing up, like Griffey, leaving to Cincinnati. It really shakes you up when you're smaller. Mm-hmm. You don't really understand this is business. You got to keep this thing moving.
Mm-hmm. Dougie, what's going on, man? White dude, what's going on? We got your Mets coming up here shortly. We got a couple big things going on, man. Moving on down to the Marlins.
I would just mention real quick, I keep the Atlanta success that they can keep that bullpen pitching as well as they did. It wasn't like the top tier bullpen, but it kept them there, kept them around. So I think as long as they don't have a massive drop off, Braves are gonna be right in the thick of it again for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I do think the Braves. I think the Braves are playoff contending teams. it just really, really stinks to see Freddie go. But if I used to work at the Braves Stadium. I used to do security over there, and every time I would watch the game, and when the game is on the line, nothing bad against Freddie. I know that Freddie Freeman is probably one of the greatest Braves baseball player to ever play, along with like Chipper Jones, Hank Aaron, and all some of the greats. But when the game is on the line, Freddie just isn't consistent with it. I mean, Solar was the one that really, really stood out to me the most in this playoff and World Series.
I mean, the guy you're bringing in for Freddie is Matt Olson. He hit 39 homers, scored over 100 runs, and drove in over 100, which is pretty impressive, especially these days. They did not miss him much. He's actually younger and probably better at first base as far as a defender. I don't see the Braves missing the beat. I get it. We're down here in near Atlanta ourselves, and Freddie's a big topic right now. Yeah. But I think if you just step back and look at it, kind of a realistic. Because I'm not a diehard Braves fan. I like the Braves, but I see it like I don't think they're gonna have a drop off the ball really.
I mean,
and the Cunha back is massive. I mean, that's just adding a super bat that they didn't have for the last year. Braves, I wouldn't be sweating anything. I thought coming into this podcast I was going to have the Mets #1. I'm going to take the Braves to repeat in the division at least.
I think that the Braves are honestly going to go all the way, maybe not to the World Series.
I can't put them there.
But what I am going to say is that how cool would it be if it was the Dodgers versus the Braves?
Again.
The Braves end up winning the World Series against the Dodgers.
Well, they'll have to beat them to get there, but
Yeah.
I want to see it happen. I'd love to see that down here, that season. The Dodgers are going to be looking for revenge from last season, so it's a strong possibility that these two find each other. Those two teams find each other again.
Absolutely. Keaton, what's going on, man? I'm glad you made it to Florida okay. Dude, the AFC West is going to be scary this year. Baseball, I think. So the National League West is going to be a little scary, along with the AL would be a little scary as well on that east side. But white dude, we are at are you kidding me? Hold on, guys. Technical difficulty. Luna outside. Luna. Shit, dude, she threw up again.
You guys gotta need to know about David. He has a weak stomach.
Oh my gosh.
Off this whole podcast.
Oh my god, guys, my dog just.
You gotta be mentally tough here.
Yeah. Alright, Karsten, man, give a little talk if you don't mind. Let me go do something real quick, guys. I'm gonna let Karsten take this over, guys. We got the Marlins coming up next. The one guy on the Marlins team that I'm really liking is, I'm just gonna put this in here real quick before I clean this up, is Solar. They just got him from the Braves. Their pitching staff, I like Pablo Lopez. And Karsten, go ahead and take over. I'll be right back.
I'll do what I can, guys. I'm going to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about the Marlins, other than I've heard a lot of buzz of maybe they're going to be kind of a younger, upcoming kind of team. They definitely got some nice bats, consistent bats. There's this power. This line is going to be missing a little bit of that bopper that you're going to need. I look at them to be kind of competitive. Maybe not. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, but maybe if they show some improvement and, put a good solid year together, maybe next year you start to see them adding pieces. But I really, as a Marlins fan, you got to be worried about that when they finally get good and it's time to pay them not doing that. But that's down the road. This season, I like them to be competitive, but not necessarily a team that is going to be in the mix for the playoffs here. And I believe, I'm going to check this out here. I think Miami have a pretty good bullpen, so that's going to keep them in game. So, like I said, I look to them to either maybe team. But that division is so stacked, I don't think they're going to get into that 80 mark that you're going to need to make the playoffs.
Whew. Yo, my bad, guys.
I did my best there, buddy.
Whew. Yeah, if there is one thing you guys should know about me, man, I do have a really weak stomach. I used to never have a weak stomach, but that's what happens when you drink alcohol. I've been sober now for 5 years, and yo.
So I gotta keep it going.
Whew.
Just kidding.
Man. Whew. Alright, so, where'd you leave off at with the Marlins? Do you want me just to go through that lineup real quick, Karsten?
If you want to tell me what the lineup's like, I just kind of just shot how I see them, how they're going to be this year, more than less than breaking the roster down. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know them that well. Like I said, I just think they're one of those teams that are going to be pretty good. They're going to be a tough out, but not going to be a playoff team.
So, I see the Marlins doing a little bit of a sneaky sneak. They got Garrett Cooper, they got Jesus Aguilar, they got Juan Soler, they got Jesus Sanchez and Brian Anderson. Those are the guys that stick out to me the most in this lineup. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 right-handed hitters that I just called out, and they have that one lefty, which is Jesus Sanchez. I see them. Pablo Lopez they're going to be their best pitcher on that rotation, I believe so, along with Trevor Rogers. I think Rogers is going to be right below them just a little bit. Caleb, what's going on, bro? My bad. I had to get out of the room real quick there. I think I'm going to cut this.
Amazing.
I think I'm going to cut this clip and then put it into a short.
Yeah, no doubt. You get my Marlins scorching hot take there.
Nah, man, just me almost throwing up all over the desk.
I know.
Oh, man.
I can hear you.
Dougie Freshman, are you still here, bros? Because I got your Mets on this next one here.
Oh, the Mets next?
Yeah, the Mets are looking good, man. Jeff McNeil, Escobar from Diamondbacks, Robinson Cano, Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor. Oh, man, dude. These... Max Scherzer is their best pitcher on this. Jacob DeGrom.
I don't even know about that. I would say DeGrom's probably
You
the best
think?
pitcher, but
Ooh.
yeah, the 1-2. Yeah, I think DeGrom's the best pitcher in the league. Now you add Scherzer. Boy, and Chris Batiste here. Their starting rotation is deadly. I don't like their lineup as good as the Braves, but I like their starting pitching definitely better.
I gotta say, man, I like their 3, their 4, their 6, and their 7th batter. I like the way how the Mets are kind of doing the strategy a little bit here. Escobar is a on-base hitter along with, you'll probably get about 20, 23, 24 home runs from him in this season. Jeff McNeil is a contact hitter as well. Robinson Cano at number 5. If you get all 3 of your first 1 through 4 on base, even if you get 2 through 4 on base, I mean, you're looking at Robinson Cano coming up and smacking a fastball that comes over the plate because you're hanging it over too much. And that's where Robinson Cano, I think, is going to bring the Mets more of a chance. I believe so. But, Carson, I do agree with you with Jacob DeGrom and Max Scherzer. I think that Scherzer is the better pitcher on here, but I think that they're going to compete for that number 1.
I kind of see them not being quite as good as the Braves as far as the regular season.
Right.
Because I like the Braves offense a little better, and the Braves starting pitching is pretty good. The Mets is when you get them into a playoff series, if they get there, I mean, you can just scratch 2 teams basically out. It's going to be extremely hard to beat them when they got DeGrom or Scherzer going, obviously. As long as that offense is above average, they're going to be in the playoffs, and they're going to be a very tough out.
Right.
We had a pretty good bullpen last year as well, too, which is really nice.
Absolutely. Moving on to the Nationals. Caesar Henderson, number 1. Then you got number 3, Ron Soto. Then you got number 4, Nelson Cruz. Dude's a beast. You got number 5, Josh Bell. Josh Bell played for the Pirates. He looks good. I like this team. I like their number 1, their 3, their 4, and their 5. Number 8, Miguel Francisco. I like him too. I mean, I don't know how Lane Thomas is going to do in this rotation at number 7. Their pitching rotation doesn't really stand out to me enough. The one guy that I see on here that I do know very, very, very well is Patrick Corbin. Karsten, what do you take from the Nationals lineup? Who do you think stands out more than any other batter in this lineup?
I'd say that's easy. It's Juan Soto.
Yep.
That guy is an absolute monster. He's 3 years experience. He's 23. He's already hit over 30 homers in almost like 2 seasons here. That's the type of guy you build around. So I think they got some significant holes that's going to hold them back, especially because I think that whole division as a whole is really tough right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you have someone like him, he can make things happen. I like Bell as well. There's a lot of power on that team with Cruz. Obviously, I think that's the best thing the National League team did almost during the whole offseason, since you're adding a permanent DH. Cruz is just sitting there. My goodness. That makes any lineup in baseball going to be much, much better.
Yeah, he's at number 4.
So I like Washington's offense quite a bit.
I mean, Alcides Escobar is looking pretty good at number 2.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. I'm liking the
I like the
Nationals.
team. Don't get me wrong. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at kind of the starting pitching. Patrick Corbin, he's had his day. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough there in that terms. And I think, if I wasn't mistaken, their bullpen last season was really, really bad. And that the score kind of runs if your team's just going to give it up in the last couple innings anyways.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
well, here's the thing.
I mean, the bullpen ERA last year was 5.08.
That's not too bad. It's not great,
No,
but
I mean, it's 28th in the league.
yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. It's real bad.
It's bad.
The thing is, it's going to probably do their Achilles heel.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I kind of want to give them a little push.
Think of
I just want to give them credit.
Think like the 95 Mariners, man. That team had the best offense I've seen as far as the Mariners squad, or some of the best in all time, in my opinion. That bullpen was so bad, though. They lost so many games.
Yeah.
Big league coming into the 7th, 8th. I see something with Washington here.
Yep.
Maybe not explosive, as explosive. Good team. I like it. I just pitching is going to be their downfall.
Yeah. Caleb's asking, you guys do a fantasy baseball? I just joined a head-to-head category league.
Well, you guys have some interest here. You still have a few days until the season. Maybe you get like a draft on the day. Try to get some folks saved and Jeff.
Karsten, you're cutting out.
Oh, nice. Sorry, guys.
Say it again.
Well, I mean, if we got any interest to do a league, I would be more than happy to set one up for Sportzmafia here.
Yeah, man. Hey, if you guys want to do an MLB draft, go ahead and...
I'm more of a rotisserie type guy. I don't know if you guys want to do head-to-head, but I'm more like points per category type thing. But
yeah,
we can always figure that out.
Yeah. Yo, if you guys want to do one, go ahead and put draft in the comments, and let's get it going. If you guys want to do one, let's do drafts. Put the word draft. If you guys are down to do one, I'm ready. I'm down to go. Moving on to the next, we got the
10 to 12 people. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, we got 1, 2. So we got me, you. We got my boy Dougie. We got Caleb. We got Heather's father, my brother. I'm pretty sure, Jim's going to want to do one. We could probably find 3 other people, too, that would want to do one. I probably got a couple.
You know what? We already got a couple people saying, yeah, I'll go ahead and set up the league tonight.
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and set it up tonight. Guys, do me a favor. go to the Instagram, or no, go to the Facebook and type in Sportzmafia, like the page, do a post saying I'm ready. Just do a post and put MLB fantasy, and then I'll know who you are, and then we'll personally message you and stuff like that, and we'll get everything all set up.
Look, just say you guys a chance to get on there and make me and David eat crow.
Yeah, make us.
You just get up there and we got to talk about it. You're like, Dougie Fresh here is making us look horrible. It could happen.
It could, bro. I think it would be super fun.
I'm listen to fantasy baseball, my friends. So let's get it.
I agree. All right, guys, moving on to Philly. Whoo! Bro, I'm really, really, really liking this Philly lineup.
I like Philly. I think I kind of Achilles heel to him, but I don't care. I love that. I love that. Just that middle of the lineup with them is scary.
Yeah, they're
it's just like trying to pass Park Place and Boardwalk. Like you're effed.
Yeah, dude, their 4 through 7 is pretty scary. They got Kyle Schwarber. They got Realmuto. They got Bryce Harper. They got Nick Castellanos. And number 4, number 5, they have Hawkins. Number 6, they have Didi. Whew. Bro, when Didi played for the Yankees, he was a beast. He was fantastic. Then you got number 7, Seager. And then you got Alec Bahome at number 8. I mean, 5 through 8 is scary. I left a comment on the last Facebook post.
A nerd side note here. Other than playing my Mariners in the show that's coming up, Philly is the second team I'm looking at. Spend some time with.
Oh, dude, I can't wait, bro, for MLB The Show to come out.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna put, yeah, dude, we're gonna put the PS4 or the PS5 in here, and we're gonna let you guys we're gonna live stream, and you guys are gonna watch us play. Yeah, you're gonna watch us play head to head.
Let's get it. That's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, speaking of the team itself, I love the additions they made. It kind of comes at a little bit of a cost. I mean, the big buzz around there is you're adding all this power, but you're kind of taking away from your defense. So you're really going to need your starting pitch to be on point. You get a little bit of bounce back from Aaron Nolan this year, but he could be a really great pitcher for them. Well, I like Philly. I think they're the first maybe to make the last playoff spot maybe this season.
So I look at their shortstop, Didi. He is one of the greatest in the leagues right now. There's no taking that from him. I think that he is top 5, maybe even top 3 right now in the league at shortstop. But then you look at the third baseman at Bahome, and he's a beast as well, covering that foul line. I think that when you look at the Phillies lineup, I think you see contact, power, contact, power, contact. So,
runs,
a lot of them. A lot
their
of
offense
them.
might be so potent that they're not going to have to rely on their pitching as much,
Well, Zach Wheeler is their number 1. And then,
yeah, I like Zach Wheeler, and I like Aaron Nolan.
Yeah.
Those are 2 good quality pitchers starting pitching.
Yeah. I like Nola too. But I mean,
let's take a look real quick.
Yeah.
Not the best at bullpens, so they're gonna hopefully hope to make an improvement in that area. Not the squatter to runs that they put up, but like I said, I got Philly winning probably around that 83 to 84 games this year, which is probably gonna be enough to get that last time playoff spot.
Yeah.
I actually have 3 teams coming out of the East. I'm gonna go Atlanta, New York Mets, and Philly. To all come out.
Damn, you're talking about beast modes over here.
Yeah, no. That division is kind of just like the AL East, it's just all stacked right there. Though they don't have the best team in the league in their division.
Yeah. I'm looking at the next team, the Brewers. I mean, Christian Yelich, if he's healthy, he's a fantastic player. Got Hunter Renfroe at number 4. So that's their cleanup. Then you got Andrew McCutchen at number 6. But the one guy that kind of stands out to me a lot, Lorenzo Cain at number 8. Center fielder, right-handed hitter. I like this Brewers lineup. I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have the 3 and the 4 that are powerhouse. You have 6 and 8 that are contact hitters. So even if they come in on 3 outs immediately to end the inning, you have 4, 5, and 6. If one of those guys from 4 and 5 can get on base, you have McCutchen as your designated hitter that is a contact guy. I mean, this guy has seen a lot of pitches in his career. He's seen a lot of the pitchers. He's seen some of the best pitchers. I mean, the guy has been around the league for a very long time. I think that, I like the Brewers lineup, but I don't like their pitching at all.
I'm surprised to say that because I'm in a hard disagreement. I actually kind of like their pitching more than their offense. I think they got some great starting pitching. Their bullpen's a little shaky, at least in last year. I mean, it wasn't top tier at least. But I think their whole season's riding if they can get Alex right. He's been off for the last 2 years, bad on the injuries or whatever. He was killing baseball like in 2019. They really need him to come back in a big way. I'm not seeing a lot of power with this lineup as well, which might be problematic as far as a tight game, maybe just getting a solo home run to win. I do like the starting pitching. That should carry them. I think it's either them winning the division or nothing. I think that's the only way that they get in. I think anyone from the Central is going to be kind of in that boat.
Just out of curiosity, what fantasy app or website are we going to use? Someone asked that question.
I like Yahoo a lot, but you guys tell me if that's not what you want to use. I'll go with, I'm just saying majority rules as far as who's chiming in right now. I personally like Yahoo. I find that their fans apps and the way they just kind of lay out the numbers is not as convoluted as ESPN.
Yeah. I already got Yahoo, so that's cool with me. Dope. Perfect. There is one...
is rotisserie going to be okay with everyone? I'm curious, because that's kind of how I like to play as well.
We can talk about it. I don't really care. This will be my first MLB fantasy. It does take a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. This will be my first one, but I'm excited to do this with everybody. As long as it's fantasy, I'm down, is what Caleb said. So let's go ahead and Karsten, you go ahead, you run with it. You're the commissioner. You take this on everything that you want to do. Rotisserie works. I love that one. But
well, the cool thing about fantasy baseball, it is a grind. It's a lot, but we're all steroid phone all the time. Yeah. Really, you just need to make sure your matchups are good. Make sure you don't have a guy that hasn't played for 3 days. You're moving him in and out. Rotisserie is nice because you're looking to make the most well-balanced team as you can possibly. You're looking to win as many categories. You don't want to be weak in too many of them. You don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to throw all my strategies out there, but... You're looking to build more of a complete team than just trying to overpower someone in a head-to-head type of game.
Do Phillies finish second, or is that too much of a pipe dream?
No, I don't think it's a pipe dream. I can see it definitely happening. I have been third in the division, also making the playoffs, so yeah. I'm pretty high on them. I don't think they're as good as Atlanta or the Mets. New York.
I think they're better than Atlanta. I mean, yeah. Look, here's the thing. On paper, the Phillies look the best. But when you look at...
I disagree just because if you're looking like at the Mets, that starting rotation is godly.
Right. I've won 2
punch like that in a good while in baseball.
But I mean, on paper, they look fantastic, but they also have been choked. I mean, the last couple of years, they have had games in the clutch. They are ready to go, bottom of the eighth, and they allow 2 runs to tie the game every time. They lose by 1 run. I think that, adding a couple of players onto this hitting staff for the Phillies, I think the Phillies are a god team. I mean, there's just nothing you can take away from them. Now, when you look at the Mets have a great personal team too, but I mean,
the difference that I see is like New York is going to be in a little like tighter type of games, like your 3-2 to 5-2. Kind of low scoring, but be able to win these games.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think Phillies is the opposite, where their defense isn't as good and their bullpen's a very, very high question mark. Where they're going to have a lot of games I feel like are going to be over 7-6. These high scoring. They're going to be really fun to watch because they're going to be putting the ball up in the air a lot.
Right.
But does it translate to winning?
Mm-hmm.
I think some nights it will. You get that Philly lineup against that team's 4th and 5th pitcher, that's where they're going to win a lot of games.
Right.
I think it's going to be a little tougher when they face up against some true awesome pitchers, and then they're relying to try to keep the score down, which is not really their strength.
Yeah. I agree. Moving on to the Cardinals. Guys.
By the way, I'd like to mention that I love Bryce Harper. I've always been a big fan of his.
Ew.
I do. I just do. I remember watching him out of the Sports Illustrated being that when he was on the cover for hitting like 117 feet, like or so. No, I'm sorry, like almost a 600 foot. Excuse me, home run. I mean, basically, it's like, oh man, this kid's gonna come in. He's got the flair. Baseball needs more of that, in my opinion. He just needs more personality.
Man,
like Jose Batista, backflip. We need that stuff.
Man, the only thing that I got out of Bryce Harper was that he wanted
He's mad at him, so this is different.
Is that he wanted to fight me because I hugged his girlfriend. But hang on, in all honesty, we kind of made up in a way. When I saw him in the Braves tunnel when I was walking, I said, "What's up, Bryce?" He looked at me and said, "What's going on, man?" And I said, "Nothing." We sat there and talked for a minute. There's no bad blood, but I do still feel some type of way, But hey, look, I do want to say this, though. I like Bryce Harper as a hitter. I think Bryce Harper is a great, fantastic player. But when he's playing defense, he is a little lazy. And he's also kind of like the LeBron James of MLB, crying, trying to fight the pitcher, trying to fight the catcher, trying to fight his teammates, I don't know, man.
You can't just be throwing LeBron around like that. That guy's
a crybaby. You are right. No, well, just wait till we get to the basketball segment because I'm about to lay into it. Moving on to the Cardinals, guys. I know. So this is the Cardinals lineup, man. I like the Cardinals lineup for 2 reasons. And I know you're a little upset about him leaving the Rockies, but it's Nolan, Areno, whatever. Arenado.
I'm lucky to even know that.
Sorry, guys, for butchering the names. Some of these names are a little out there.
You're going to have to give us, a couple months so we repeat them a million times over.
Yeah. then we'll be okay. Paul Goldschmidt, I like him at number 2. I like Tyler O'Neill at number 3, and then you got Nolan at 4. The one thing that stands out about this Cardinals team is the pitching. I mean, you got Adam Wainwright. I mean, that guy, whoo! That guy's a beast. He's always been a beast. He'll always be it. He still has it. I'm surprised that he's not really ready to retire yet. He's getting up there in age, but, I mean, he's been around the league for quite some time.
And Matz as well.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good starting rotation.
I like Steven Matz.
Generally, with the Cardinals, they generally always have a pretty decent bullpen to go with it. I like their keystone. I like their third and first baseman. Obviously, that is a lot of power, a lot of great hitting right there. I don't know if the rest of the roster around it is awesome. It might be enough to win their division, but like I said, I don't have anyone coming out of the NL Central as a wild card this year. So
I don't either.
A division or bust. So I think these teams are all pretty bottlenecked at the top. I honestly think the NL Central is probably the weakest division out of all baseball right now.
Yeah.
Would be my opinion on it.
I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, it's either the Cubs, it's either the Cardinals, or it's Brewers. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati are already pretty much throwing their hands up for the entire season already.
Well,
really a bummer.
I don't know, man, because the Pirates got a pretty good squad.
Yeah, they just sent down their super prospect just to manipulate contract time, you know. Like, there's some tomfoolery with them right now already.
Yeah, wait for it. Moving on to the Cubs. The only guy that stands out to me on this Cubs team, there's actually 3 of them. Ian Hart, Clint Frazier, and Jason Hayward. Their pitching rotation is the one guy. There's 2 of them. Wade Miley and Marcus Stroman. Those 2 guys stand out to me more than Kyle Hendricks and Alex Mills. Well, you can disagree all day long.
I didn't even let him get it out. I'm sorry, guys.
But Marcus, look. I get it. I got it, man, dude. Kyle Hendricks is a strikeout machine, but Marcus Stroman is nothing to deal is nothing to mess with. I mean, he is going to give you 150 innings plus if you need him to. I mean, the guy can pitch for 7 innings. When I think it was the Mets he played for. I'm not sure, but I'm almost positive that it was the Mets when Marcus Stroman played for the Mets. He pitched 7.
The Mets and then Toronto Blue Jays, I believe.
Yeah. So he played with the Mets. When he was playing with the Mets, he pitched in 10 games for 7 innings with almost a no-hitter. Almost a no-hitter. He threw a ball, walked the guy, they pull him out. I mean, that's why I think that Stroman is better than Miley's, Mills, Hendricks, and Drew. But that's just my opinion. You know?
Well, to me,
the Pirates
have the best starting rotation as far as the NL Central. I really like Hendricks a lot. Stroman's pretty good. Wade Miley's a great pitcher. They have Drew Smiley as well. That's solid. Their offense is not standing out. They got Stylz Suzuki. I'm really excited to see how he is. He was a top prospect coming out of Japan.
Yeah, Suzuki's a great player too.
I was hoping he was going to land Seattle and we'd run back to Ichiro 2.0. You know, thinking one could only hope. I'm excited. I would be excited to have him on my team. But I don't see a lot of flash or bang with this team as far as offense. They're going to be one of those teams that probably have more like the Nets. They're going to keep it close. I think they're going to be on the opposite side and kind of lose some games there.
Well, I do like their defense with Swindle, Wisdom, Suzuki, Frazier, Hayward, and Horner.
Yeah,
I do like their defense. I mean, those guys that I just named, I like that defense. I mean, you have their whole outfield, Suzuki, Frazier, and Hayward, and then you got your shortstop, Horner, and then, you know, their third baseman, Wisdom. I just like the Cubs' defense. Their hitting, I'm not 100% sure, but their defense, I know that is going to be one to deal with. I personally think that a lot of teams are going to look at this lineup and go, we're going to come in and destroy them. But their defense is literally going to take it. That's why strategy is so good. That's why the shift should stay.
Disagree.
I know. Moving on to the Pirates.
Listen, their bullpen needs a little work too.
Who?
It's
the Cubs?
Chicago's.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't have them. I have them maybe if they have a good season, maybe winning 80 games. I think they're going to be below that and miss the playoffs.
I think that they're going to win 72.
I got the Cardinals and prime Milwaukee above them as far as in the division. And I think that's going to be a tight race.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Anything could happen. There's always like, I don't know as well, and they just...
Yeah. The Pirates. Whew. I like the Pirates. I like two guys. I like only two guys. Yoshi and Reynolds. They're 2 and 3 batters. Cole Tucker, he was okay. He needs to step it up just a little bit. Pirates are barely going to win more than the Reds. Karsten, what do you think about that? The Pirates barely winning more than the Reds. I think Karsten's having a little technical difficulty on the phone. But that's okay, guys. I think that the Pirates are going to win more games than the Reds. I do. The only reason why I say that is it comes down to pitching.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, I hit mute on accident.
No, you do, bro.
I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Listen. I think that the Pittsburgh will probably end up winning maybe a couple more games than Cincinnati. Just because they haven't openly admitted to their fans that they quit on the season before the season started.
Agreed.
Like, hey, we're gonna ship out this awesome young core that we have in Cincinnati for really nothing. And good luck.
Well, I like the Pirates better than the Reds. That's for sure.
I do too. But I don't see I think they're gonna be right at fourth place.
Yeah. Speaking of the Reds, they're next on our list. They got Jonathan India. They got Tyler Stevenson, Joey Votto, Smoto, Joey Votto. It's
You don't really need to touch on them. Listen, if you're a Reds fan, I'm sorry, but you just had an awesome team just explode in your face. Like, they just dumped it. If I was a Reds fan, I would just be distraught. You didn't even get a game in the season, you know it's over. I really hate when ownership does things like this.
Well, I do like Luis Castillo.
Don't get me wrong, there's some players on there, but it's not going to be enough. That pitching's not that great.
I like Minner. I like Vladimir. I mean, I like their pitching staff better than I do their batting. I mean, they got...
I just look at this team and it looks like a mess. Yeah, Votto would be great if we were talking about 5 or 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same with like Mike Moustakas. Not a bad player.
Well, I know that
worse.
I know that they're both injured, but Caleb is saying that Minner and Castillo is injured. I know that they're injured, but when you're looking at this on a piece of paper, like if you were to put this team in front of me with the pitching staff, injured or not injured, I still like this pitching staff. I don't like the hitting staff. I don't think I don't think that their sticks are going to hold them to it. I think that their pitching is going to keep them in close games. I don't think that they're going to lose by more than 2 or 3 runs. I don't think they're going to get blown out every game. I think they're going to lose the 2 or 3 runs.
And they're going to be one of those teams that lose series, right? So you're going to lose 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Or 3 out of 4. They'll win the one game. I would consider Cincinnati's season to be a success if they won more than 70 games this year.
Yep, I agree.
They're one of the worst teams in baseball, in my opinion. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing, but just from as far as how they kind of blew it up for no reason, traded off Winker for next to nothing. You know they're not going to reinvest that money back into the team. It's a pure salary dump on a young team that was up and coming. I would be livid. They're going to be crap. From Cincinnati, I don't know, be a Cleveland Guardians fan for a season or something. That's probably not how that works in Ohio, but shoot. I'm looking for anyone else to root for.
Caleb is saying, I'm backwards, laugh aloud. I think our pitching is rocky. Our batting is good, contact hitting. No big dingers, but consistent on base. Yeah, I agree with you. Our bullpen has 0 depth. Yes, that is 100% correct. But I'd rather have your pitching than your hitting. That's just me. I'd rather have your pitchers.
But I also don't think it's as good as some of the rosters you just looked at. And you're going to have to score some runs, especially a long season. I hope they have a couple of young prospects that come up and flare for them, so maybe next season, maybe they can at least try to start a rebuild.
Yep. Well, guys, moving on to the Diamondbacks. I got another funny story. We go to the Diamondbacks game against the Braves for my birthday, April 25th. Check this out. This is actually pretty funny. There's a guy that walks right past us. My wife goes, "Oh my gosh." And I said, "Excuse you?" And this guy's on the list. She got a picture with him. She was talking to him for a little bit, Go ahead and flirt, honey. Go ahead and flirt, honey. I love it. No, I'm just kidding. But he's on the pitching staff. His name is Merrill Kelly. She got a picture with him. I thought it was pretty cool. That day, the guy comes out and he throws for 6 innings. He had like nine strikeouts. No one really got on base. But the Diamondbacks, I like David Peralta and Karsten Kelly and Pavin Smith and Seth Beer. That's 5 through 8 right there. I'm not too sure. I haven't heard of Christian Walker. I just know that 5 through 8 I like on this squad. And they have Mason Bumgarner in this pitching rotation.
Yeah, Mason's if he's your one, that's some real bad trouble. I don't like what I see of Arizona. I think this is not going to get too much better for them this year either.
Nah, I see them probably winning maybe 60 games. I think that they're going to be an easy team.
It's hard to not win 60, but I don't see much over that. They had a very, very tough season last year.
I think they're going to be an easy team for the Braves. I think they're going to be an easy team for the Reds. I think they're going to be an easy team for the Dodgers. 52
games last season, David.
They what?
They won 52 games last season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's garbage.
It's going to be easy. I don't think that they're going to hold anything. I think that they're in a rebuilding stage.
52 is hard to win.
Yeah, I think they're going to be in a rebuilding stage. I think they are in a rebuilding stage right now. But then you pick up Mason Bumgarner, dude. That guy's been in the league since like 2008. I remember watching him play Detroit when they scuffed us 4-0 in the Giants. The hell? Get Bumgarner out. Get him out. Moving on to...
He can get in there and get some innings up. That's all he wants.
Yeah. Karsten, I love this Dodgers team. I really do. We are. There is not one guy on this lineup who nobody does not know. You know Mookie Betts, you know Freddie Freeman, you know Trey Turner, you know Max Muncy, you know Will Smith, Justin Turner, Cody Bellinger, Chris Taylor, AJ Pollock, man, dude. AJ Pollock is their designated hitter at number 9. Even though he's a pitcher, Pollock, he still can hit. He can hit. The guy's great. Their pitching rotation, you don't really have to say much. Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, Julio Urias, Gosling, Henny.
Yeah.
Bro, this team is winning the World Series.
I think there's no doubt about it. They're the favorites. If anyone tells you otherwise, I don't think they've watched baseball at all. This team is absolutely loaded on offense. I mean, there's no breaks.
No.
Not at all.
I got them in the Phillies,
Adding
bro.
Freeman to this team is just ludicrous.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, you still have prime Mookie Betts. Cody Bellinger comes back and hits like he did a couple years ago. Oh my God, this is real scary. They have a great bullpen as well. The only thing that could give you a little bit of a hesitation is their starting rotation is really good. It's just not up to where that bullpen and offense is. But it shouldn't be bad enough to keep them from winning the division, they could win easily maybe even 110 games this season. Yep. They're that loaded. I don't see a lot of threats, and they Giants kind of came up out of nowhere and had an incredible season last season. I don't see them repeating that. If the Dodgers didn't, I mean, I would say they're pretty much a lock to win their division, and I would say more than 50% chance that they're holding the title at the end of the season.
Yeah. I think the Dodgers are going to win it again.
I think that's just it.
I would love to see Freddie get a second ring, one with the Dodgers, one with the Braves.
I don't know how you argue anyone else to win the World Series.
Well, I mean, the Blue Jays, the Mets. I mean, I got those three so far in my mind. Maybe Philly, maybe Philly, Braves. But again, the season hasn't started yet, so I can't make my prediction now. If I could do my prediction looking on paper.
Give them trouble in the playoffs would be the Mets, because now you got the DeGrom, and you got Serger, and that could possibly put them in an 0-2 hole, make things really dicey. That's the only team I see that can maybe bounce them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean...
You have to be naturally good at one spot, and that's what the Mets are.
I mean, like, I'm looking at this on paper. If I had to take one team right now, it would be the Dodgers, and it would be the Blue Jays or the Mets. I mean, just looking at it on paper. When the season starts, give me maybe 10, 15, 20 games, and I'll be able to make my prediction there. I see the Dodgers maybe losing 2 games out of their 20 that they play, but I see them probably having the best record in MLB history just from looking at this team. Just looking at it.
Yeah.
I have to throw that out there.
We gotta see what happens, but as far as paper champions, it's definitely them this year.
Yeah. Moving on to the Giants. Speaking of the Giants, I got Jock Peterson, World Series winner for the Braves. Carlos Rodon down there. Logan Webb. I like those 2 guys right there, but I do think that Carlos Rodon is better than Logan Webb. Just my opinion. The only other guy that kind of stands out is Brandon Belt. Those are the only 2 guys that pretty much stand out to me a little bit. There's really just nothing much to say about the Giants. Their bullpen's not that strong, to me. But Karsten, how you feeling?
Well, I'm going to first disagree at least with the bullpen. Because I think their bullpen is pretty much what got them to winning. Actually, we just talked about how much of an awe we were the Dodgers, but they actually lost. The Giants actually won the division last season, which is insane. They're missing Buster Posey's gone now.
Yep.
That's kind of like one of their staples that's been there forever. Evan Longoria is banged up. He's going to miss some time. They really need Micah Yastrzemski to come back and play kind of how he did a few years ago. It's probably going to be a solid team because I feel like they're pitching quite a bit. But they're going to be one of those teams that's going to be more of a chore to score than I think, because you're relying on some guys that are like, 33, 34. Doesn't mean they can't play up to their numbers. It's just that's the time some of the great offensive players start to dip.
I like Wilmer Flores here in replace of Evan Longoria. I like Joey Bart.
Flores is a nice player. I like him. I do like him. He's going to have to hold it down,
I wonder what they're going to do with him after when Evan comes back. They have Tommy LaStella, that is their DH at number 1 right now. But, I mean, in replacement of Buster Posey, they have Joey Bart. Joey's a young stud. Everyone knows that. I think that his percentage for throwing out stealers for people trying to steal second base is, I think, 28%. So, I mean, that's not bad. It's not, but still, that's 1 out of 30 people that steal a base. He's going to get 1 of them out. I like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's not going to keep up with the Dodgers this year. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, they had an awesome run last season. It was really cool. And, a lot of things had to come together to get a kind of run like they did. And then expected 2 years in a row when you already have it kind of banged up. Key players are retiring type deal. It's going going to be a little hard to run that back and expect the same results. We'll see. They definitely, I wouldn't be shocked, let's just put it that way, if the Giants did sneak into the playoffs somehow.
Same with the Padres, man, because that's our next team is the Padres. We got Luke Voigt.
Really bummed if he's getting hurt.
Yeah. But listen to this lineup, though. Manny Machado, Luke Voigt, Will Myers. I think that when Vlad comes back, I think that this team is going to be a potential. Just for looking at everybody else who was on this list. I feel that Will Myers is going to have to step it up just a little bit on this. Voigt is going to have to step it up a little bit too. They have him as a designated hitter. So, Eric Hosmer is our first baseman, and that's where Luke plays.
I honestly think they'll probably end up being the second best record in the NL West, but possibly even missing the playoffs somehow still. Yeah. They're really going to have to hold the fort down until Fernando Tatis gets back. I mean, they got such a huge part of this team. Yeah. Keep hoping that Machado shows up and keeps playing consistently well like he always does. Yeah. I really like Austin Nolan as their catcher.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed the Mariners gave up on him so early. And you got Yu Darvish as your number one, which is always a good thing. Blake Snell's no joke either.
I was just about to say that.
They got some good pitching.
I think Blake Snell is the best pitcher on this staff right now.
It's definitely possible. I like them. They're going to be right around that playoff fringe, you know. I think that you can see them maybe battling a Philly or something like that for the last playoff spot.
I agree.
They'll definitely get a huge. They just need to get that first 2 months under their belts and play. Maybe not as good as they're going to, but like enough not to put them so far behind the Dodgers where they just can't ever get out of the hole.
Yeah.
Just kind of like hold the shit down, hold the fort down until he gets back, and then see if he can get that magic going with him again. I like him though.
Well,
I think he has some of the coolest uniforms in baseball too.
Oh yeah, dude, I love those. I love the jerseys. I want a Manny Machado jersey so bad. If anyone's listening out there,
like that color combination when they changed.
If anyone's listening, yeah, I love it. The Rockies, our last team, number 15, last team. Chris Bryant, Charlie Blackmon, Brendan Rodgers, Connor Joe. Guys, this team needs to figure it out. I like their batting rotation. Chris Bryant and Charlie Blackmon are the ones that stand out to me the most.
The Randall Gierchik.
Yeah,
Gierchik. He's in Toronto. He's a solid batter. Obviously, playing in Colorado,
your
number is going to be inflated quite a bit too.
Yeah.
I don't really love that they got Chris Bryant after letting Ronaldo go the season before. Why you just pay that guy? I think he's a better baseball player, anyways. But at least you've got him. I mean, at least they went out and spent money on him.
Yeah.
It's better than some teams can say for sure.
I don't understand why the Cubs didn't pay him more. It just doesn't make sense to me. When the guy comes in... Well, yeah. But I mean, like, Chris Bryant comes in, you haven't won a World Series in over 100 years. Guy comes in, helps you win the World Series, and you don't want to pay him. But now he's going to go to another team, and they're going to give him everything that they possibly can. But I personally feel that the Cubs lost a valuable player. I feel like the Rockies gained one of the most valuable players. I mean, he's a top 10 hitter, for sure. I mean, I would put him at number 7 out of everybody. But I'm looking at Chris Bryant as the best guy in this lineup.
Oh, I think so.
So
he's there. Unless there's a guy I haven't really heard of, maybe, but I would assume Chris Bryant's going to be their best hitter. But that's not great. And, you know, you can preview every year, and I guarantee you probably don't even have to look into it much. You can always assume that Colorado's pitching is going to be pretty crappy.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, they get it together once in a while. Like 2008, they made a run. But, or was it 13? One of those years they were real close, and they got smoked by Boston.
2013. 13. Hold on, wait, let me think. Who won in 2000? Okay, where was I in 2000? I was in Vegas. Yes, it was 2013 because they won when I was still living in Vegas. Yes. The one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say they're
Yeah.
their pitching is they're gonna be. They'll probably be better. I think this is a better team than Arizona. And I don't see them getting into that third or second spot in the division this year.
I like their pitching rotation too with German Marquez. I like him. But I think that Kyle Freeland is the better pitcher in this rotation. He's a lefty. I like lefties because lefties are a little bit harder to hit. Even when you're a righty, it's a little bit more difficult. I feel like that you can predict more of a right-handed pitcher than you can a left-handed pitcher. Lefties that are batting, it's harder for you to hit on a left-handed pitcher. But there's not a lot of left-handed hitters in the league. There are, but there's not like a gruesome amount of them. You know what I mean? In starting lineups. I mean, I'm looking at this one on this team. Charlie Blackmon's the only left-handed hitter along with Ryan McMahon. Those are the only two guys. The rest of them are all right-handed hitters. So, but Karsten, man, give me your team. Give me your team in the NL. Who do you got?
So do we get? There's 7 teams now, right?
There's what?
7 teams that make it from the National League.
Just give me your one. Who do you like the most?
My number 1. Oh, the Dodgers. Easy.
Okay.
You want me to predict who I think's in the playoffs?
Yeah, let me hear who you got in the playoffs.
So you get 3 division winners, and then you get 3 playoff teams now.
Yep, I got Braves. I'm gonna say the Mets.
The Mets and Philly.
Philly, absolutely.
So there's 3. I gotta pick a division winner from the Central. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cardinals, Dodgers, and I really like the Padres, though, man. Dang, I really like the Padres. I like the Rockies too. Again, it's difficult for me to pick. But I mean, if I had to pick one, it'd be
I would have the Padres over the Rockies for sure. So,
yeah.
And I don't want to dismiss completely the Giants because they might be able to sneak in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say the teams I think for sure would probably be like the Dodgers, Mets, Philly, Atlanta. Those 4 for sure. If I could take a winner, like I said, the Central, I'm going with the Cardinals, and then the last 2 are up in the air. Which is fun. It's going to be one of those teams. It's up there for the opening for someone to take it.
Absolutely, I agree. Well, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead.
Else kind of really, really set. Sorry about that.
No. Hey, man, dude, you are all good, man. Hey, look, listen. I can't wait for baseball season. I'm sick of waiting. I want it to start now. I've been waiting all year. The lockout was a bummer. I know that everybody was like, oh, come on, man, the lockout. Really? I think the lockout was pretty good because now we get a shortened spring training and then we hop right into it right away, immediately.
Yeah, I'm ready. We gotta wait a week. I can be patient, kinda.
Yeah, I can too. Can't wait for opening day, guys, though, man. I really, really wish that I could be at a game on opening day.
David, where's that rank for you?
What do you mean?
As far as best sporting days on the calendar, opening day.
Opening day would probably be number 1. It would probably be opening day, the Super Bowl, the NBA playoffs. I mean, that would be my number 1. I mean, those are my top 3.
Yeah, opening day is so cool. Everyone's playing. It's all day baseball. It's like the start of the marathon. Everyone's really excited until about 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
I would have opening day in my top 3. Super Bowl's got to be in that mix.
Yeah.
I guess maybe the NBA Finals occasionally. It depends who's in there. Anyways, that's for a whole different show.
Yeah, man, dude, I'm super excited. I can't wait. But what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to take a little break. Then we're going to come back. We're going to hop right into basketball. And then we're going to hop into football. So, guys, be ready for it. My brother's coming on next. Karsten, we'll see you in 10 minutes, bud.
All right, sounds good.
Sportzmafia, we're back. Here we go. We're going to start taking this off just a little bit. All right, guys, we're going to talk about NBA real quick. We're going to get it over with because the playoffs are actually roughly right around the corner. I'm excited for them. I'm excited to see what every team is going to do so far. So we're just going to kind of dive right into it, guys. And then we are going to dive into a little bit of football. I know you guys are excited for the football season to start. I'm excited too, man. Karsten, how do you feel about this football season coming?
The football coming up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be. It just seems the NFL season just get more and more intriguing every year, especially with all the QBs coming in. Yeah. Next season, even though my team's not as good, I don't care. It's gonna be awesome.
Steve Kelly, how do you feel?
Oh yeah, I'm excited, man.
All right. So let's hop right into it, guys.
Let's get it.
We got the Eastern Conference. We're going to do 1 through 10 because New York, Washington Wizards, Indiana Pacers, Detroit, and the Orlando Magics are out. They're not even going to catch up. Unless the New York Knicks guys can go like on a few game run streak here and Atlanta loses the rest of their games. That's the only way how the New York Knicks are going to get in. We got Miami, the Bucks, the Celtics, 76ers, the Bulls, the Raptors, Cleveland, the Nets, the Hornets, and the Hawks. Me personally, who I like here, I like the Nets. I like the Heat. I mean, even though the Heat are 48-28, I do not think that they're going to be that star team. I think the Nets are going to turn it up a little bit, and I do think that the Chicago Bulls are going to turn it up. I think that my two teams are going to be Chicago and the Brooklyn Nets. Karsten, what do you feel?
As far as what, like teams coming out of the East, basically?
Yeah, there's 10 teams.
Oh, okay, well.
The Heat, the Bucks.
I still have Milwaukee's my favorite to repeat out of the East. As long as they got Giannis on that team, I mean, they can do whatever they want, basically. I'm not quite as scared as Brooklyn, maybe as most, even though they're very dangerous, especially coming in as a lower seed than you would probably expect them at the beginning of the season. But, I really like how Boston's been playing. They've been playing really well, and they had a key injury last night to their center.
Yeah.
I didn't catch his name, but it's supposedly like kind of a backbreaker for him. But I really like how they were playing until that injury, and I could even see them challenging Milwaukee. Philly, you're just crossing your fingers. I like the team, but you're just crossing that James Harden puts it together for an off season, for a postseason for once.
I don't know.
That's all I'd ask.
Yeah, they're looking good. They're looking good. Steve Kelly, who are your two teams here that you like the most?
I think you got to go with the Bucks. They're really nice in the East, and I do like the Chicago Bulls. That was a good one. I like the Bulls.
Okay. Moving on to the Western Conference. Guys, my two teams are the top two right now. Phoenix Suns and Memphis. I'm really liking those two teams. But I can't leave Luka and the Warriors out. The Western Conference, I don't know what it is in every sport. The Western Conference is always a scary conference. I mean, you got the Timberwolves that are finally back into it. Denver Nuggets are finding the rhythm. The Utah Jazz is not a surprise. The Mavericks, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, and the Suns, those are not surprisers. But I will say what surprises me the most. LeBron James and the Lakers. You go out, you get a bunch of veteran guys that can't play together. You have too much superstar on that one team. There's too much. There's just way too much stardom on that team. I think that the Lakers need to move away from a lot of their players. I think that Westbrook, where Westbrook would fit in the most, I think that he needs to go back to the East, and I think he needs to run with the Bulls. But that's just me personally. That's just me. Steve Kelly, what do you take out of the Western Conference? What are your two teams?
I'm going to try and go, I don't know. I like a few teams in the West. Obviously, like people, you got your like mainstream teams, but I do like how you did say Memphis. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Mavericks in there as well. I like the Mavs. And then, I feel like the Nuggets, man. I don't know. We'll see what's up with them, but I like those three teams. If I had to pick one of them, I'd probably go with Memphis just because of what they've done with John Morant, like their record, so far. It's not like they really need him to win at this moment. I mean, obviously, you love having him, but they've shown that they can win without him, and that's that's pretty good. All I kind of hope for is that the chemistry is going to be there when he returns. Obviously, they play good with him, but I'm just saying, the same chemistry that they just started, while he's been out, is going to be the same chemistry that has it when he returns, so the team can just,
Well, I mean, the Phoenix Suns have done the same thing with Devin Booker and Chris Paul. They've proven that they can win without them as well. Is that more of a scary team than the Memphis team? I mean, at 61-14, and the Memphis is at 53-23. I mean, I would still like Phoenix Suns over all this, but.
Well, I do like the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, they're a really good team, and like you did say, they have been playing good without their starters as well. But I guess what I'm trying to do is maybe just throw somebody else in the mix who's not really, I'm trying to keep it pink. You see what I'm saying? Obviously you guys pick them over some teams that could do it.
I like the Timberwolves too as well, but
I just think that they're not ready. They're close. I mean, Anthony Edwards is really good, but I just think
Karl Anthony Towns.
There's some stuff that can happen here. I think it's Phoenix as the lose at this point. They've been playing incredible. They just got Paul back. He's playing, he kind of just jumped right back into the lineup. I would say they're the heavy favorites right now.
Yeah.
If I was worrying about a team and the composure and going deep on a playoff run, I'd be a little nervous of the Grizzlies. Just in the fact that I want everything they've done this year is just gravy, I don't think they were expecting to win a title, so if they go far, that'd be awesome. But I wouldn't expect them to be in the, pretty much the conference finals. I think as a team that we're not mentioning here is the Clippers. You just get back Paul George. Possibly the rumors that Kawhi Leonard joins this team. And who knows? That's a scary, scary 8 seed, maybe 7 seed coming in. That's a team I don't want to see round one, basically, if they're full, at least have both their boys back. That could be really, really interesting. See if the Nuggets, maybe if they get what's his name again? Damn it. Sorry, friends. Murray.
Yeah, Murray back.
He's been out so long, but if they can get him back, I mean, the Joker's having an incredible season.
Chemistry, ready to play, and they need a little bit to dust the rust off or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I totally agree with you, Steve. Clippers at the 7th seed or whatever, and being that your first game, if they're a healthy team and they're ready to go, that's definitely scary.
Yeah, it's not saying that they're going to win. It's just not a team you would normally have in that 8 to 7 range.
Yeah, for sure. I'm totally.
It's going to give you some problems.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could tell you this right now. If the Clippers stay where they're at and Golden State stays where they're at, which I'm pretty sure that Golden State and the Clippers are going to stay right where they're at, I think that when the Clippers play Golden State, I think that the Warriors are going to beat them 4-1. 3-2. You see what I'm saying? I think that Golden State is a better team than the Clippers. When you bring back Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, those are only 2 guys. When you look at the Golden State Warriors roster, you have Klay Thompson, you have Steph Curry, you have Green. You have so many players over there on that Golden State Warriors team that can literally score 15-plus points a night. That's why they're so great.
They're kind of banged up as well, It's not like they're coming in super healthy as well. So I think we're getting a little hesitant with the Warriors. I mean, anything's possible when you got Curry on your team, but I don't have them as a strong favorite right now either. Unless Draymond can really.
I like Minnesota too. I really like Minnesota too at number 7. I like Minnesota
too, but they don't feel like a conference, like a West team that's gonna come out of it. Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't mean to interrupt real quick, but I've got some breaking news right now.
Go ahead.
Bruce Arians is retiring from coaching and moving to the Buccaneers front office.
Who?
Ooh, Bruce Arians.
Wow. Is he going to be their GM?
Moving to the Buccaneers front office.
You heard it here first, guys. Sportzmafia always doing breaking news right off the bat.
I'm wondering if that means Brady is making a play to get out there or something. I don't know, but that's pretty interesting. I mean, he had it falling out.
Yeah.
They're giving the raise to, isn't Brian Leftwich the offensive coordinator?
Yeah, Leftwich.
Yeah,
We'd probably get a natural guy to come in.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's pretty nice, man. And they also have they still have Todd Bowles.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good defense still. I mean, I don't like Todd Bowles as a head coach, but I give Brian Leftwich a shot.
Well, kind of what we talked about last show. I mean, we all know the NFC's down. I mean, like, it's got to be right up there regardless who they roll out with Brady. I mean, that team's pretty good regardless. That's interesting. I don't know what that exactly means for Tampa at this moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some more news coming out of there as far as who's actually going to play for him.
Well, let's do this. So let's pick our top two teams from the West and the East. Who's going to play in the finals? Who's going to win? I'll go first. Give me the Bulls on the East. Give me the Suns on the West. I think the Suns are going to win the NBA Finals. Steve Kelly, who do you got?
Go ahead with Karsten first. Let me think about mine real quick.
Karsten, go ahead.
I'm going the boring route. I'm going to go chalk. We get a rematch with the Suns in Milwaukee for sure. I think those are clear above shoulders the best two teams in the league. Had experience from last season. Maybe this is the year that Paul gets it done and actually gets the title.
Well, just remember this real quick. The Charlotte Hornets have beat the Milwaukee Bucks just about every time when they've met. And Milwaukee will be playing the Hornets. So, with that being said...
This is playoff hoops. This is a whole different thing. Giannis can go in there and go right down their gut and score 48 game if he has to. There's no way.
Well,
basketball, more than any sport to me, your team is as good as your best player, and I think Giannis is clearly top 5 easy in NBA by far.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'll let Giannis score his 40 points a game, but I won't let any of his other teammates score 40, 20 points a game. If I'm the coach...
I get what you're saying, but you're coming double, as long as those guys are hitting open jumpers, it's going to be really hard to beat them.
Yeah, but again, though, I'm letting Giannis do what Giannis wants to do. If Giannis wants to score 80 points, that's cool, that's awesome, that's great.
You're going to lose.
Well, not necessarily. Because if
Giannis puts up a 50-bomber, you're done.
I wouldn't be sleeping on this Milwaukee team, especially coming off of last season and winning it all.
I don't know, I'm going night-night on them.
I'm just going to try and get spicy. I'm going to take 2 dog horses in each division. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take I'm going to take the Chicago Bulls from the East.
Yep.
I do like it with the addition with DeMar DeRozan. I think
my favorite player.
He's playing really good. Not LaMelo. Sorry about that. The Ball brothers playing really good. Zach LaVine, he's not injured, is he? He's not injured, right?
He was.
He's back.
He's back up now.
He's back. He was injured for 3 weeks. He's back.
Okay. I knew something was wrong with him, but I get LaVine back going into the playoffs. That's pretty nice. I like guys that can kind of like take over games. Obviously Milwaukee's got one on Giannis. But I just think it's really hard to go and repeat and just get back there and do it again. The same thing you just did. You saw them the year before the year they went to the finals, that they were just kind of like, do right there kind of deal. And you just wonder if they're going to be right there again this year, I just think it's really hard to get into that final. So I'll go ahead and comfortably pick Chicago. In the West, I'm going to go ahead and take Memphis Grizzlies just because I love me some John Morant. I think that he's like a human highlight reel waiting to happen. When you get guys like that in the buildings, in the playoffs, and the crowd's going crazy, it's just a different kind of, feeling when you're on the other end of those kinds of dunks and, points being scored consistently. But I feel like this Memphis team kind of reminds me of that Phoenix Suns team last year. There's guys stepping up. Desmond Bane's really good. They've got other guys who can play as well. And I like Memphis. I'm going to say Memphis.
I really like Adams. Man. Adams has been really stepping up a lot in his career.
He's always been a good center, man. He's been a good player. Whenever you have a 7-footer down there getting rebounds, they're going to get rebounds and opportunities to score. And that's, I'm going to go comfortably. I'm going to say Memphis just because I like to pick the dark horses. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Chicago in the East, and that's going to be my 2 picks.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, hey, dude, let's hop into football. Steve Kelly, start us off with that Bruce Arian. Is he going to be a GM? Is he going to be a CEO? Like what is he going to be doing? Do they know? Did they say anything about that yet?
They haven't said exactly what he's going to be doing. They just said that he's going to be stepping into the front office personnel. what I could do is I can look at the article real quick. Let's see if they say any other things besides that. I've got it pulling up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, maybe he steps into scouting or something. They do say, he's also been really good with the quarterbacks and everything. So you never know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I think the two coaching is obviously between Todd Bowles with the head coaching experience. You never know what a guy like that could do with a second opportunity with a team like the Bucs have. I mean, he was with the Jets. It's the Jets. That's all you can really say about it.
Yeah.
What can he do with the Bucs?
So
I'm kind of wondering if his departure from being the head coach has something to do with maybe the comments he was saying about Brady when Brady was unretired.
Yeah.
Maybe he came back and was like, I'll play for you, but I'm not having him as the coach type thing.
Mm-hmm. So
it's possible.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this real quick. I didn't really get in an argument with this guy at all. I mean, it was kind of like a really good conversation. But Justin Fields said before he got in the draft last year that he was the best quarterback in his draft class. I had to disagree with that 100% because you got Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and I argued that Mac Jones was a better quarterback in that draft class. Just going based off of the stats and stuff.
I do like the Mac Jones pick there.
Yes, and I don't think Justin Fields is a quarterback right now that I can safely say, yeah, dude, he's going to start in my franchise. I understand that the Bears have to do an offensive line. Kayla, bro, we are at football now, where we look at Justin Fields and I go, dude, this kid's going to be a stud in the NFL. Like, he's going to be, like, the greatest quarterback in his draft class. Then he comes out and he's not. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, offensive line was crappy. Well, what about Trevor Lawrence? What about Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow made it to the Super Bowl with a crappy O-line. Zach Wilson has also won some games with a crappy O-line. Steve, what do you take out of that draft class? Who would you say is the better quarterback?
I'm definitely not going to say Justin Fields.
Well, who would you pick? I don't say Trevor Lawrence.
I would say that's who I might pick. I just think we haven't seen the best of Trevor Lawrence. I think there's still plenty to come. Secondly, I would say Mac Jones.
I would have to go Mac, Zach, Trevor, and then Justin Fields.
Third, I'd probably pick Zach Wilson. I saw some really nice throws out of him. There's one highlight with him rolling down to his right side. And he throws a bomb about 55 yards on the rope.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really nice pass by Wilson.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him get more targets around him. To say Justin Fields being what else I kind of look at is even though his skill set, might be there, it's also the team is just absolutely a mess. You don't know what's going to happen with that team. And losing your top target in Allen Robinson, and I don't know how good Darnell Mooney is and stuff. I'd like to see him get a starting.
Darnell's a good receiver. I like him as an offensive weapon.
He's number one.
Yeah,
number one.
But you have two offensive weapons over there, and Justin Fields didn't even hit any of them. But then again, I look over at the Patriots, and the Patriots, Jacoby Myers didn't score a touchdown until week 16. Do you see what I'm saying? So for that argument to say
about touchdowns, though, Jacoby Myers was also catching a lot of balls and also getting yards on that.
Well, yeah, and that I agree with. But
it's not always about touchdowns because he's not much of a red zone target himself. You got to think he's 6'1", that's pretty tall for a receiver, but he's more of like a possession receiver kind of deal.
I think that the Patriots running game helped them get all those wins. Karsten, man, how do you feel about that draft class?
The one we just had as far as QBs?
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is overrated personally. Caleb, tell me why you think he's overrated. Go ahead, Karsten.
Well, I think he jumps to conclusions with Mac Jones. It was his first year. He played pretty good, all things considered. He is stepping in the next guy from Brady. That's a lot of pressure. think he played pretty well. He might not have all the tools to be like a Super Bowl champion, but he might be a guy that gets you to playoffs consistently. Possibly. I don't know about this year. Trevor Lawrence, you just hold your breath. You know, he had the goods in college. He was one of the best players. And they got a statue in Cartersville for this guy. It's pretty crazy. You just hope that was an Urban Meyer thing, and maybe that you can bring in Doug Peterson is going to help him out a ton. Maybe just make things easier for him, and maybe he starts shooting up the ladder again. Justin Fields, I like him. I think he's got this tool set. It's kind of what your brother said. Are they going to help him?
More breaking news out of that story.
Go ahead.
Todd Bowles is going to be the head coach.
Who?
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, Karsten.
Say it again?
That's fine. That's Todd Bowles. Oh, that's good. I mean,
Okay.
I guess that means Brian's just going to stay as offensive coordinator.
I mean, I think that Brian Leftwich should have been the head coach. I mean, he's looking for a head coaching job. Why didn't they give him an opportunity to interview?
Maybe they did. I don't know.
Well,
I think you're just going to see more of the same regardless of Tampa.
yeah.
I don't think this is really. If you have Brady, it's going to be kind of how Brady wants things to be.
Right. Caleb is saying, look at all the other QBs you named. Compare coaches and tools around them. Mac Jones is set up the best. I haven't seen enough to put him over most of these guys. I can see that. I understand where you're coming from with that. But I mean, like, Justin Fields saying that he's the best in his draft class, I have to 100% disagree with him. Yeah, dude, he was a great Ohio State college guy. I mean, I think he's one of the best Ohio State quarterbacks to play. But, I mean, to be honest, I'm looking at the NFL right now, and I don't see him being the best quarterback in his draft class, just period. That's like
those teams that live completely by tradition. They've always been a defensive first team. I mean, it's just rooted in their whole franchise history. I don't even know if they know what to do for good QB. That's what, like, Jay Cutler's like the best guy they've had in 20 years. You know, like it's.
Bruce Arians not retiring. He's going to their front office.
Dave, he's retiring from head coaching.
Yeah, he's retiring from head coaching, but I mean he's still with the NFL.
For now.
Yeah, but I mean he's still with the Bucks, but he's going to the front office.
That makes a pretty good point. You wonder what kind of went on. Tom runs teams, bro. You kind of wonder if Tom was not happy with some of the stuff Arians was saying.
I think that has a big part to do with it. I mean, you're going to take Brady's side regardless on this. If he doesn't want him to really run into day-to-day, maybe Arians just has to take a step back and just help put this team in position. I mean, it's good to keep him in the break still, for sure.
Yeah. I agree. I mean,
they're going to be one of the better teams in the NFC when it's all said and done.
Yeah. But, I mean, let me ask you guys this, though. What do you guys think of that Miami wide receivers now that they have Tyreek Hill?
I don't. This is obviously a make or break for Tua.
Yeah.
You're going to find out this year for sure if he's the man or not. You can't squander any more time.
Yeah. Steve Kelly, how do you?
Go ahead. I don't know.
Yeah. Steve Kelly, how do you feel about it?
Miami's receiving core?
Yep.
It's good. It looks great on paper. You just wonder what they can do.
Yeah. Miami will place second. Caleb. Yes, that wide receiver core is great. Their quarterback's a little iffy.
They're third place team.
I have to agree. Third place for sure. But I mean, I'm looking at Miami. Their quarterback's a little shaky. But
it's possible that only the Bills come out of that division.
Who's their running back now? Did they stay?
How's you asking?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Washington Husky.
Their running back is a little. I mean,
He's not bad, but he's not great.
I would give him a B, a solid B. I wouldn't give him a B plus or a B minus. I'd give him a solid B just because of the team that he's at. When I look at the Miami offensive line, it's not really going to give them enough time to get Tyreek Hill down the field like Patrick Mahomes did. Tua's going to have to scramble a lot in order to get some of these guys open. I do like their wide receiver core. I mean, if I had to grade their wide receiver core, I'd give them like maybe a B+, A-. Just
David,
what?
I would say, I think they would be idiots not to. If they try to follow the blueprint that Kansas City played, then yeah, this is not going to work. But you got so much speed on the perimeter here.
Mm-hmm.
You can get that short, quick passing game down. These guys get a lot of yards after the catch. It might be just fine, you know.
Well, that's why I said I give him an A-.
You're going to have him. He's going to have to make really quick decisions. Can he handle it? I'm not sure. I haven't really seen it from Tua yet. To be honest, so.
Caleb is saying that Tua finally has an offensive coach. I agree. I mean, I like it. But I do want to bounce around a little bit through other teams. Karsten, what do you think about your Seattle Seahawks with their quarterback situation? What do you think that they're going to do? Are they going to go and pick up one in the draft? Are they going to get Mayfield? What is their next move, do you think? Maybe Jordan Love? Jordan Love's out there still.
No, I don't want Jordan Love. I think he's already damaged goods. I hate to say that, but someone hasn't really even played. But that's not what's going to throw me as a Seahawk fan. Personally, I want to get Baker on a flyer. I don't think it's going to take too much to grab him. Maybe have him see how he does, and then go ahead and use that 9th pick on a rookie QB and let him just learn behind him. We just need to reset, basically. There's talent on this team still. I keep hearing stuff like Seattle has a completely shitty roster, and it's just not true. There's players on this team. I've watched them that's all I watch, basically. And I don't think there's going to be a drastic drop-off, but just obviously Wilson is a massive, massive problem. But I really think our secondary's gotten a little better. If you can get a nice quality rusher, I think you can start seeing that defense playing a lot more like traditional Seahawk teams. I mean, I know Pete wants to get back to more of that ground and pound, and I think that's where you're going to see them going. I kind of like Baker in that spot. Take the pressure off him. Let him hit those quick intermediate routes. Let him see if he can regain his confidence. And obviously he's not on our team, but that's kind of what I would like to see it this year. I don't want to give up the whole season just to have potential to have one of the top 5 picks. It doesn't mean anything to me. I want to see us good. If we don't make it just close enough to where we still get a decent pick next season. But I want to see fire in this team.
Steve Kelly. Who do you like the best? I want 2 players. Well, actually, I want 3 players. What are the best 3 players coming out of this NFL draft in 2022?
The 3 best?
3 best.
Aiden Hutchinson being number 1, obviously.
Okay.
Like Trayvon Walker out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle Hamilton.
Oh. Okay. Karsten, who do you got?
I'm going to just kind of plead my ignorance here. I don't know too much about draft class. They didn't really have a pick, and before we started doing all this, my eyes on Malik Willis right now. That's the guy I'm looking at. He's going to land somewhere, obviously, in the top part of the draft, most likely. That's kind of who I'm looking for. The Hutchinson guy, too. Mm-hmm. They say his arm length isn't as long as normal people, but I kind of throw that out. He has a massive motor. I like that guy.
I like Hutchinson. He's strong. I think that he can do it. I like Jordan Davis. And I also like Pickett. I like those for sure. Caleb saying, here lies the Seahawks 2023 season gone too soon.
If we make the playoffs next year, no one's going to be able to shut me up. It's a bad thing.
Willis to Seattle would be dope. So, dude, he said with a death note, and then he revives it with a great quarterback, you know. I feel like that, I mean...
Baker's kind of like Will Smith there. Mm-hmm. Made an egregious mistake. As far as maybe jumping out and doing something he probably maybe shouldn't have done.
Now I'm kind of feeling bad for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I think that there's a lot of good stuff out there. Steve Kelly, what else you got for us today?
As far as the draft?
No, just anything in particular for the football.
For football, eh?
Hey.
You want to run down and think, what do we think each rankings are going to be for the divisions?
Sure, man. Start us off.
All right, Karsten, how about this? Being 4 teams: Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears, and Detroit Lions. Rank them 1 through 4. Go.
Oh man, right on top. Okay. As long as Rodgers is still in Green Bay, I'm gonna still take him 1. I'm gonna go Detroit 2, Minnesota 3, Bears 4.
Great. Details, go.
I'm going to do Vikings, Lions, Green Bay, Bears.
Wow, details. Why do you pick that? That's pretty interesting.
Well, the reason why I picked that is because Devontae Adams isn't there anymore. I do feel like that Green Bay could get a good receiver out of the draft. But here's the thing about the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers has to trust you. If you watch some of the games, when you see Alan Lazard wide open over the middle, he looks at him and then turns his face because he doesn't trust him. I think that's going.
He's not gonna have a choice this year.
Well, that's the. Well, yeah, but that's the problem, though.
Sometimes for him to make some of those throws down the field, he's got to step up into them. The defensive line could be pushing the O-line back into his face, and he might only have a second. Not even a second, a half second. For the second.
Honestly, I kind of see a division as being one of the weaker in all of football.
I'm just not set on Green Bay.
I just wanted to craft off with that. I do agree with Karsten, though. That's the exact range that I have.
I'm not set on Green Bay. I'm set on the Vikings. The Vikings have a really good defense.
They're double-dipping in wide receiver, and they've got
I just don't like how Minnesota's been operating, even if they got talent. It's just one of those things they haven't figured out for a while.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to always stick with. I don't care what's around Rodgers. He's still the best QB in that division by a mile.
Well, yeah, I agree, but you also got to look at their offense. I mean, they don't really have any star wide receivers. I mean, they have Aaron Jones. I really like Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones is still on that team.
Yeah, I like Aaron Jones.
And they have A.J.
Dillon.
Yeah, their whole thing back in the couple of years was like they're gonna try to build like the Niners, so here's your chance.
Yeah. But the Vikings, because I like their running back Dalvin Cook. I really like Justin Jefferson. Steve Kelly, I do need those cards back that you took from my house. Cough, cough. But otherwise than that, dude, I picked the Lions in second because I like what the Lions are doing with their offense and their defense. I think they're going to be a little bit more stronger. I think they're going to push the ball in your face constantly. The Bears don't really have a quarterback set right now. They flip between 3-4 different quarterbacks. They don't know who their number one receiver is. Their defense a little slacky. Steve Kelly, what's our next division?
Hey, just real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
You're saying the Packers are going to be in dead last in their division?
No, I'm saying that they're going to be number 3 in their division.
3 straight NFC. I know Devontae's a massive one. I just don't know if there's enough talent in that division.
They don't need
even keep up.
The relationship between Aaron Rodgers and Devontae wasn't even that strong.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
He took the first opportunity to get out of town. He took it. So.
Hey, do you guys want to hear something really funny in the chat? Nationals lost 29-8 in spring training.
Yeah, I saw the score earlier.
Wow.
25-4. I was like, oh my god.
I got your back, man. Green Bay is not going to look good. Dude, that's my dude, Caleb. You're my dude, bro.
Those overs this year. Bet those overs.
Yep. Overs for sure.
On who?
Baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Kelly, we're about to send you some money, bro. Cough, cough. All right, Steve, give us our next division.
Next division. Let's do the NFC East. We got the Cowboys, the Redskins, who are they now? The Commanders?
Yep.
We got the Giants, and then we've got the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll start with Dave this time. Go ahead.
I'm going to go Commanders, Dallas, Eagles, Giants.
Okay. No arguments there. Karsten, how about you?
Yeah, I was kind of Commanders a little bit when they got wins, and then I started thinking about it, and the more the time set in, I'm going to go Dallas, Philly, Commanders, Giants.
Ooh,
I think Philly's always kind of hanging around there.
Yeah,
I like Jalen Hurts. You're getting him out of his third or fourth year right now. Kind of like what Philly's doing.
Yo, Caleb, I added you on Facebook, bro. Add me back. It's been real, fellas. Got to finish up some work. Let me know about that fantasy baseball details. Peace out.
There's a link right in chat right there.
Oh, there is?
Just put it up. Yeah, I just posted it up there on the break.
They have to get the lightning in a bottle.
Is that it? I mean, I did. I'll retry.
Yeah.
I didn't set it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and if you just text me it, and then I'll send it to him. Steve Kelly, I'm sure that you want to do it too with us, so we're gonna do a baseball fantasy. Steve Kelly, go ahead and name yours off.
Well, I'm not a big fan of Dak Prescott. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right off the bat.
That's fair enough.
It's also kind of declining. I need to see a better production out of Zeke. I'm kind of liking Tony Pollard more than Zeke at this very moment.
Yep.
But that being said, at this very moment, before the season starts, I'm going to go ahead and say Philly, Commanders, Dallas, Giants.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So,
I just think that Dallas has had a big opportunity to, to make their window. But I don't think they're winning the division this year. I do think it's going to be most likely Philly, and the Commanders definitely have a shot as well.
I think it's just hard for me to get over that Dallas still has a lot of talent. I mean, obviously they have a really hard time making it work. I just think they still have better players in the rest of the division. But, I mean, obviously they squander it every year. And trust me,
Philly's catching up. Everyone's catching up.
I sports hate Dallas, so I'd be more than happy to see them in fourth place if possible.
yeah. What's our next division, Steve?
Just keep swinging around. NFC South.
Keep it
Tampa,
up.
Carolina, Falcons, and Saints. Karsten, go ahead, start us off.
Let's see here. Real quick, I'm going to go Tampa for sure. It's going to win that division. I'm going to give a slight edge to Carolina, nudging out New Orleans, even though I don't think any other wild cards are coming out of the division. So then I'm going to go Tampa, Carolina, New Orleans, Atlanta.
Steve Kelly, who's your pick?
I'm kind of right there with him. I do kind of give Carolina a little bit more of an edge just because I want to see what they do with quarterback.
It's kind of what they're kind of built around. They're like ready kind of to make some noise. They just need the guy to do it. That's why they've been acting like a desperate housewife.
Yeah. I'd probably go Tampa 1, Carolina 2. Just basically the same thing. New Orleans 3 at this very moment. I'd take Falcons 4.
I gotta switch that up. I want to do Falcons 3rd and Saints last because here's the thing. We don't know what Alvin Kamara is going to do. I mean, I think that with all this off-season stuff that's been going on, everyone has lost the sight of what really happened with him. Beating up
my only rebuttal for you, David, would be like, when's the last time you've seen Mariota play? That's a tough ask right there.
I agree, but he's also been a star quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. I think that he's a great quarterback as a backup right now, but I mean him getting another starting job. Plus, we also got to see what they're going to do in the draft. Are they going to draft an O-line? Is that their main guy, or are they going to go ahead and sign a? Are they going to pick up a quarterback in the draft?
That's probably one of those teams with a lot of positional needs.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I mean, I also see, Calvin Ridley coming back, game over.
Well, he can't come back. He's suspended for a year.
Yeah, but they're going to go ahead and fight that, though.
Until it happens, I just got to assume that he's not in the equation right now.
I don't know. I got Marcus Mariota making a comeback. That's just me. I got to go with him.
It's okay. It's a prediction.
Yep. Steve Kelly, what is your next one?
Karsten can start us off with this. He knows that division.
Ooh, the Seahawks division. Ooh.
Yeah.
NFC West.
NFC.
I don't think it's really hard if you were just basing it now. I would say the Rams. And I'm going Niners. So I'm going kind of chalk. And as a homer, I'm taking Seattle third and the Cardinals dead last.
I gotta disagree. I got Rams, Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks. But then again, I would like to switch the Rams and the Cardinals for sure. Flip-flop those two.
I don't see it with the Cardinals, man. I don't see it at all.
Man, they still have a solid defense. They still have a solid offense. They get Kyler Murray coming back off of the injury. They have D-Hop coming back off of that injury.
Already is a great sign.
They're going to have James Conner run that ball like crazy. I think it's going to be the same thing what they did last year. I just don't see the Rams really taking the division by stock. I mean, do I think that they're going to win 11, 12 games? Yeah. But do I think that the Cardinals are going to win 11 to 12 games? Yes. I don't see the 49ers doing it that much. It just really depends on if Tom Brady goes there. Then maybe I'll change it a little bit. But at the moment, I'm going to keep my 4. Steve Kelly, what's your...
They were right there in the mix with Jimmy G, and it sounds like they're going to bringing him back for next season. I don't know, man. I think that Niners team is very scary.
Yeah. Steve Kelly, who you got?
Well, excuse me. My clear cut would obviously be the Rams. I do agree with Karsten on that team being very scary, but the question for me is the quarterback play. With them not being a fan of Jimmy G, are they going to keep going back and forth between Lance and Jimmy to see who they, I just don't want to early.
I get what you're saying. I just think, they're one of those teams that they have so much talent that even with an average QB that could keep them, a 9 to 10 win team. I don't see, a lot of wins coming from this division other than the Rams, to be honest.
So, what else I wanted to say is with the healthy D-Hop and, the two safeties that the Cardinals have and
Buda Baker.
Both those guys are crazy. They've got guys all around. They did lose Jones, but, I do think that they could fill the void in the draft. Not up to that potential, but definitely somebody who can get you double-digit sacks.
But even if they get Jordan Davis, even if they get... Yeah, I agree.
He's more so interior, but he's definitely going to do some damage. He's like a Chris Jones type guy.
Mm-hmm. So, Steve Kelly, who's your 4? Yeah.
Not from the Seahawks, from the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
My 3rd is going to be the 49ers. I know Carson's going to hate this, but my 4th is the Seahawks.
It's okay. We've had such a good run. It's going to come crashing back at some point. I don't necessarily disagree that it will be last. I just out of pride, I won't put it
as
there.
of right now, maybe tomorrow we wake up and you guys have Baker Mayfield, and we could be back on the show talking about this again tomorrow.
Trust me, as a Seahawks fan, I want a flyer on Baker. I really do.
Steve,
it makes me feel a lot better coming into a season than Drew Lock. Just that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're trying to ice him out real quick, so because they're trying to act like Baker. I think they're trying to get a first or something for him.
They ain't gonna get it. He screwed it up.
Ice him out to make him realize that he's not worth that, and let him go for the last, probably even a 3rd, maybe a 2nd.
Okay.
That's where I'm kind of landing, 2nd, 3rd round pick, maybe. You did a lot of damage by just opening his mouth.
Top of the round, 2nd, probably not, but mid-round, 2nd, sure.
But Cleveland's hands are tied here. They grabbed Watson. With Baker, without trading him first.
Keeping him, they're trying to play this card oh, we think that he's this good, we're going to hold out. No, they won't.
No. You're going to see him moving before the draft, probably.
Well, here's my thing, though.
Not for as much as you would think.
Well, listen to this, though, and I just want a yes or a no. Do you see Cleveland possibly trading Baker Mayfield for DK Metcalf?
You mentioned this But there better be a first-round pick coming with that Metcalf, in my opinion. I'm not trading Metcalf after watching these receivers get what they got.
At least Baker in a second.
Yeah.
Baker in a second might work. I still don't see the Seattle falling on that.
Second, or if you can grab a second, I don't know if even they have a second, but hypothetically speaking, if they have a second, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't even know at this point if they're going to give up Metcalf. I know it's heavily rumored.
Mm-hmm.
But I could also see them just hanging on to him. Because I don't think Seattle's necessarily viewing this as a complete rebuild. Like I said, they got some players. I don't know if they're like, hey, let's scrap everyone, because they haven't really been showing that. That'd be a time to get rid of Diggs and not be signing people, like just flush it completely out. I think they're kind of like hedging their bet, essentially.
Yeah. Steve Kelly, what's our next division?
I say we just do the AFC North now.
Yeah.
Let's run it.
We got the Bengals, Ravens, Steelers.
It's a tough
This is
division.
the last one that I'm missing, boys. The Browns.
Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Ravens.
Yep.
Well,
One of those guys right there, Dave. Who you got?
well, I'm going to start from number 4 and go to number 1. You said Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Cleveland. I'm going to go with Ravens dead last. I'm going to go Steelers at number 3. I'm going to go the Bengals at number 2, but I'm kind of wishy-washy on it because I don't know what Deshaun Watson's going to do, but I'm going to put Cleveland number 1. I really like Cleveland. I liked Cleveland when they had Baker Mayfield, but if I had to really, really do it, I'm going to have to go Cincy, Browns, Steelers, Ravens. That's it. I like the Mitchell Trubisky pick. I really do.
All right, Dave. How about you, Karsten?
I see Cincinnati as a good team, but probably a little bit of potential of a regression this year. I know it sounds crazy. Usually when you lose the Super Bowl, that team doesn't come back quite as good as they did the season prior. I'm going to go ahead and say Cleveland. I think Watson's that good. That team was already pretty stacked. So I'm going to go Cleveland. I'm actually going to take the Ravens. Those guys just know how to be consistently good, and even if they have a down year, they bounce back. I'm going to take the Ravens 2, Cincinnati 3, Pittsburgh 4.
Steve Kelly, who you got?
Little 1 through 4. I'll start off at the top. I like Dave. I like your rankings, Dave. I like both your guys' rankings, but I just like Dave's because they're similar to mine. Basically, these guys like Watson a lot. Dave nailed it on the head. He's going to ball. I mean, Joey Burrow's going to ball. They could be really similar. Might even have the same record, but I'm going to take the Browns winning the division because of some, weird game inside. Maybe they drop one to the Ravens, the Bengals do, Excuse me, but I'm going to take the Steelers. Maybe I'll take the Steelers dead last with Mitch.
Okay.
And I'll take the Ravens at 3.
Okay.
I mean, it's a year they don't have Roethlisberger for the first year. I know it doesn't mean much as far as the stats, but that is a staple of their team for as long as I can kind of remember, And then I think it's going to be a rough year for Pittsburgh.
No. What's our next division?
We'll spin it back the other way. We'll just do the AFC West.
Let me hear it.
We
Oh,
talk
boy.
about
Here comes the real one.
Chiefs, Broncos. We got the Chargers, and we got the Raiders. Probably the toughest division in all.
Oh, God.
I would agree.
Not for me. Oh, man.
I think the fourth-place team could possibly even make the wild card somehow. It's so stacked. It's going to be real tight.
Yeah, this is difficult, man. Karsten, go ahead. I got to think.
No, thanks for letting me lead this one off. Okay. I can't betray what we said last show, so I'm going to say San Diego. I really think it's Herbert. He's amazing. Then, man, let's just go ahead. Denver with Russell Wilson, they're going to get that second spot. Kansas City third, or Raiders fourth, even though I could be completely wrong on this, guys. Completely wrong.
Steve Kelly, who you got?
Like you guys said, I just think the division's going to be really tight. Not sure what the record's going to be yet, but we can break down the schedules and stuff here in a little bit. But who I personally think is going to be number one, it's not going to be my Super Bowl pick, but they are going to win the division. I think it's going to be the Broncos. Chargers number two, and they are my Super Bowl pick. Number three is a toss-up for me. I'm just kind of torn right now. I know I was talking about KC being three, but something about that Raiders offense that's just really scary, with Adams and Renfro, Waller. It's kind of powerful.
I see them kind of even, right? But I like Mahomes just a little better.
But with all that said, I'm going to take them Chiefs at 3 tonight.
No.
All right, guys. You guys are going to be like, what the hell, decals? What is literally wrong with you? But I'm going to go Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos. I don't think the Broncos are going to be the team for the division this year. I think they're going to have a lot to learn about each other. The only reason why I say this is because their wide receivers haven't had over 1,000 yards. Their running backs haven't had over 1,000 yards. Yes, it's going to change. It's going to change. I get it that it's going to change. But here's the thing. They haven't had over 1,000 yards. No, the Broncos are going to be dead last. The Chiefs are going to be right there. Sorry, they don't
have over 1,000 yards to be good, David.
I understand that. But none of their people on their team have had over 1,000 yards receiving. That's pitiful. That's pitiful. A lot of other teams that have 1, 2, and 3 have had more receiving yards than they did.
The first game goes out and Wilson's scrambling around and bombing down 40, 50-yard passes. I've seen it year after year. He's going to be coming back with a chip on his shoulder for damn sure. I know this guy. He's going to be really hard to beat.
I have him on my fantasy.
It's a similar situation with Matt Stafford going to the Rams. I do want to say this, D. Kelly, so I just looked up a little bit of stats. Javonte Williams was in a split backfield with Melvin Gordon last year. Only on 203 attempts, he had 903 yards and 4 touchdowns. Give him the whole bell cow work. He could have 300 and 350 carries. This guy could put up 1,300 yards with.
I'm not saying that he's not going to this year. I'm not saying that he's not going to.
We're not even talking about Denver's D is pretty damn good too.
I'm putting Denver number 4 because the team isn't going to hold their own. Number 3 is going to be the Chiefs. You just got rid of your best receiver. Yeah, cool, man. You got Travis Kelce, but Travis Kelce is only going to be able to do so much. I got the Raiders at number 2. You signing Davante Adams, getting Davante Adams, trading for Davante Adams is a golden opportunity for them to take over that division. Then I also have the Chiefs because that defense and their wide receiver core is the best in the league right now. Their defense and that wide receiver core is the best.
Right.
Or the Chargers, thank you so much. The Chargers are the best team in the NFL on paper with their signings. So, yes.
Well, that's the thing, though. That's going to be all our Achilles heel there is best team on paper. I think they can do it.
I think that they're going to win the Super Bowl.
I do think that they have the best, possibly the best quarterback in that division.
Yeah.
That division, guys, there's no right answer right now. There's no wrong answer. I feel like this division is even tighter than the NFC West from last season coming in.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a bloodbath.
I think that they're going to be one of the better teams in the playoffs. I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but then again...
Would you be really shocked that any one of those teams come out of first place in their division?
No.
If things bounce right for them? I could, as much as I even had the Raiders 4, if I could see them winning the division, if things went right for them.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Steve Kelly, who do you got for our next division?
I got 2 left.
Now down to the AFC South. We got the Tennessee Titans, we have the Colts, we have the Jags, and we have the Texans. Dave Kelly, since you didn't want to be put your chest out and start off us on the last one, start us off on this one.
Say it one more time.
You got the Texans, Jaguars, then you got Tennessee and Indianapolis.
Perfect. Here we go. I got Tennessee, Indianapolis, Texans, Jags. Boom.
Who did you say first?
Huh?
You got Tennessee, I think.
Tennessee, the Colts, the Jags, then the Texans.
Okay. What are you, Karsten?
I'm going the Colts, number one. I think that Matt Ryan signing is going to be very underrated, or get him for a trade. I go Tennessee just because Tannehill, although puts up great numbers, he doesn't inspire me as a team. Like, I don't know. I just think it's going to be a little rough for them. And if Henry goes down at all like he did last season, game over. I'm going to go Jaguars third and Texans.
All right, I like those. I'm going to take Titans 1. I'm also going to take probably the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville at number 2?
Yep, I'll take the Jags at 2, Colts 3, and Texans last.
Wow. Well, if I okay, I see where you're saying. I see where you're going. I like David Mills at the Texans, but I don't think they're going to win more than 4 or 5 games. I would like to.
They played really hard for that guy that was a no-name coach, and I still don't even know his name. Now they got Lenny Smith, right?
Yeah, they have Lovey now, but
I could see them maybe getting past Jacksonville. I just have them until further notice, kind of like the last 2 teams there. But
I don't know.
I also see if Lawrence breaks out like he's supposed to, then yeah, I could see what Steve's saying and be number 2 for sure.
I just think because of
if he shows up or not.
I just think because Doug's now their head coach, I think that they're going to be a great team. But I still think that Trevor Lawrence has a lot to learn. But that's just me. Steve Kelly! Or wait! Karsten! What's our last division?
It's got to be the AFC East now. We got Buffalo, Miami, New England, New York Jets.
Steve Kelly, start us off.
We go with the Buffalo Bills 2, the Pats 2, Miami 3, and I'll probably close it off with the Jets. I'm gonna have to get off though after this though.
Yeah, no, we're about to end after this.
Sportzmafia, it's been real.
Later, Steve.
Later, bud. Karsten, who you got?
Yeah, Buffalo, easy number 1 for me. 2, let's go Miami. I like what they did.
Oh.
They might not win everything, but definitely adding Tyreek Hill to any of your teams are going to be better. They play New England probably better than any other division teams, so I just give them a slight nudge over New England because I don't like what New England's done this offseason. So I'm going to have I'm going to go Patriots 3, even though I think New York is going to be better this year. I don't know if that means anything as far as positioning in division, just a better team, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I want to put the Jets at number 3, but I can't. I really want to put them at 3. If they were in any other division, I would put them probably a little higher. But I do have Bills, Miami, the Patriots, and the Jets. I mean, I would love the Jets to take over that division just a little bit on the 2nd and 3rd spot and put Patriots dead last. But, I mean, you know what? A matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, let me put the Jets at number 3, Patriots at 4. Yeah, why not? Absolutely, let's end it there.
You know what? If that works out for you, that looks real nice.
But again, though, I still think Patriots are going to be number 3, but I want the Jets to be number 3. So.
Well, I think a lot of us would love to see New England go down as far as possible.
Yeah.
I just, they were at least a playoff team last year. I don't know. Anything can happen. And you look at it just like the only thing that draws me in about football right now is that AFC West. Just what the hell can happen in that division. It's going to be exciting.
Well, all right, guys. That ends it here for Sportsmafia. Guys, don't forget to like.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
If anyone's still listening out there, I put down a link to our fantasy league that we're going to do here. I don't know. I feel like it's popping up in chat, but maybe it isn't. But I'll still send it to Dave regardless.
Yep.
If you guys have any preference as far as league structure, let me know. I'll take it into consideration.
Yeah.
I like with baseball since it's so much.
Mm-hmm.
I like transactions going through pretty much immediately, like one day on waivers instead of your standard 2 to 3.
Yep.
Your trades are going to go through. I have it under commission just to make sure that no one doesn't. I will be very fair. I promise that. I want trades, if you got to make one, to happen right away. I don't like the whole waiting a weekend for it type thing. So that's kind of where I'm going to be leaning towards. There'll be a rotisserie. Please join us, guys.
Well, are we going to do veto? Are we going to be able to veto these trades?
Well, we can put it up that way.
Yeah, let's veto these trades. All right, guys.
I just want that to work really quick instead of taking forever to do it.
Yeah, no, man, dude, hey, look, I 100% agree. Guys, go ahead. If you want to be in the fantasy baseball, go to Sportsmafia on Facebook. Go ahead and comment draft, MLB draft, so that you guys can go ahead and hop in with us. This is going to be a lot of fun. Even if we just have 8 people, man, that'd be so cool. I would like to get 10, but the more the merrier.
10 right now. Hopefully we can at least get 10. So we all have like killer lineups.
Yeah. Now, we may be doing this for fun. We may be doing money. Not 100% sure yet. I would rather just do it for fun first to see how it kind of goes with us. And then we can do it for money. So let's just do it for fun. Karsten, what do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, when we get everything set up, we can kind of discuss that. Regardless, if you're winning, you're gonna get a nice spot on our show here for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's if we want to make the juice, I'm always down for gambling when it comes to fantasy. So if you guys want to get in on that, that's cool.
I think all of us are.
Just be prepared, man. It's an everyday grind, but it's fun. It'll keep you engaged in the baseball.
Yep.
And you'll get to know the league a lot better through fantasy baseball for sure.
I can't wait.
I'm excited. I'm thinking maybe Sunday at 8 o'clock at night. Well, we can discuss that. Would be a good time to draft, possibly.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, turn on the notifications, man. Don't forget to follow Sportsmafia on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to start editing some of these. Whose bracket is still alive? Oh, Krista.
That's gonna be Steve. Most likely.
Steve's is still.
Has the best Steve. He at least has a Final 14.
Steve Kelly, right here. He has the best. He's got Kansas still left in it. Is Tennessee still in it?
No, they've been gone for a minute.
Yeah. So Steve Kelly, he has Stanley. Steven. This is Steven, bro. He calls me Stanley because he thinks my head is flat. Unless Krista's making fun of me. That's my brother's fiance. Hi, Krista. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah, Steve Kelly's is still alive. No one really cares about his March Madness bracket because he didn't do any studying. He just guessed. Just kidding.
I'll leave it as it is.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead. We're going to sign off here. Guys, remember, like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. This is every day. I am going to have Steve Kelly in Karsten's Twitter, so you guys can follow them as well for all of your sports updates as well. Guys, we're trying to do this full time. This is a lot of fun for us. We love listening to you guys and what you guys all have to say in the chat. We answer your questions. We speak your comment. We do everything just for you guys. So, guys, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let's get this ball rolling. Karsten, say goodbye.
Hi, guys. Bye, Internet. It's been fun. I hope I'll be in person next time.
Yeah, Karsten's just a little bit under the weather. Steve Kelly,
It doesn't stop me from making sports takes over the phone, but
yeah. Okay. Come here, little
See you
Luna.
next week.
All right, guys. Luna wants to say goodbye. Come on. Come on. Yes, you do.
Thank you
Come
for
on.
giving us a treat earlier.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, Luna, thank you for throwing up. Come on, Luna, up. Come on. No, come back over. Come on, up.
You guys are awesome, by the way. This has been really fun.
Come on.
Like, seriously.
Come on.
I hope this keeps growing.
Yep. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and head out. Little Luna Rouge, you threw up in the room. Thank you for giving us that treat. That was awesome. It was amazing.
That makes for good podcast moments right there.
It does. It makes for the best.
When you do the year in review and you make like that little highlight film of what we did for the last year, I could like lead it off right there.
Yep, that would be it right there. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and head out. Luna Rouge, what are you going to say to everybody? That I threw up. Yeah, we know you threw up. See, look, she's trying to get in on the camera footage. All right, guys, we'll see y'all later. Karsten, thank you so much for joining in with us today. Even though you're not feeling too well, thank you for scouting up. But, guys, if y'all want to be in the baseball, Doug, I'm going to send you the baseball.
Let's go, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I promise that much.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that right, girl? All right, guys, we'll see y'all later. Everyone have a good day, and we'll be back next week. I'll be sure to send everything out to everyone. Just remember, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's how you guys are going to know when we're going to go live. And even on YouTube, so stay tuned, guys. See y'all later.